Hey Metalheads, this is Doro Pesch and you're watching Chaos TV, and I wish you a great time and rock on.
So, welcome to Chaos TV. How was your trip to Finland?
Oh, it was good. We just did a great Russia tour. We started in the Ukraine, in Kiev, and then we did all over Russia. And then yesterday we came to Helsinki, and I went shopping already. I went into all the little metal stores, and we made some friends. And yeah, so far it's great. And I'm very excited to play tonight.
Okay, so tonight you're going to play in Nosturi. Last time you were in Finland, you played Sauna Open Air. What do you remember of that show?
It was a great show. It was about 2 years ago, and I think the weather, it was so hot. I think it was unbelievable. And I was sitting in a little container the whole day, and we did interviews, and it was like, man, it was hot, but it was great, and the gig was awesome. The fans were so wild and so much adrenaline and so much metal. It was fantastic, and I'm expecting the same tonight. So but I got a good taste of the Finnish metalheads, and that was great.
So you have been here for many times, and what is your best memory when it comes to Finland?
Yeah, actually, I must say, all over the world, Finland and the whole Scandinavian metal scene, it's so state of the art. It reminds me of what in the 80s the new wave of British heavy metal was, and I think here are the best people. I went to the Finvox studio to do mastering, which was awesome. It was so great, and I thought, wow, and now I did a lot of stuff here, and actually I think it's very professional, and the clubs, everything is like, totally like, best equipment. You can definitely do the best show, and that's fantastic. And when you're a band, when you come in, everything is like prepared, and it's definitely great. I know my band, they are in good spirits. The road crew is so happy. The sound guy is super happy, so it's good.
Okay, your latest album, Raised Your Fist, has done pretty well so far. Have you been pleased with the effort so far?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, we usually do 2-hour shows, and we play all the highlights of each record, and then 4 or 5 songs of the new stuff, and Raise Your Fist in the Air is always one of the highlights. Always reminds me on an All We Are, everybody's singing along and raising their fists, and it's going over very well. And we play Revenge. It's a speed metal song. It reminds me on the good old school metal stuff, and that one is going over very well. And then Rock Till Death, we have a little sing-along part that's fun, and one of my favorite songs is Hero, and that's to honor and give respect and thanks to Ronnie James Dio. And I feel the fans, they dig it, because it's very emotional, very meaningful. I see a lot of fans with Dio t-shirts on, and then when everybody is singing along, sometimes it brings tears to my eyes, and that's one of the highlights of each show.
You have been playing music now for over 33 years. What do you think is the main reason for your such a long-lasting career? What do you think has kept you relevant through all these years?
Yeah, actually, the fans. I love the fans more than anything else. It's more than, to me it's the ultimate. That's the reason why I've never been married and I don't have any kids. To me, I'm totally dedicated to the metalheads and to the music, to the fans. And I started in 1980, and actually we counted from 1983, 84, because our first record, Burning the Witches, came out. So this year we want to celebrate our 30th anniversary. But you're right, I started when I was 15. I had my first bands with Snakebite and Attack and Beast, but we didn't do any records, just some demos. And then with Warlock, 1983, that was actually the big surprise that Burning the Witches did really well. We had no idea. And ever since the 80s, we got one phone call that actually changed my life. It was I was a graphic artist. I was working, and my manager, he called me, and it was totally forbidden to take phone calls. And my boss said, "Hey, it better be important." And I said, "Oh yeah, I'm so sorry." And then my manager said, "Doro, are you ready to quit your job?" And I said, "Why?" He said, "Well, we can go on tour with your favorite band." And I said, "What do you mean?" He said, "Yes, Judas Priest. We got the offer to tour with Judas Priest." And that was the day when I quit my job. And then I thought I want to do it for the rest of my life. And yeah, and now, no, yeah, it's been a dream. It's been great. And the fans, they are like, yeah, my life elixir, my life force, and the most important thing to me. That's why I wake up in the morning, and every day when we play a show, then I realize, wow, man, life is good, because there's so much good vibes, so much love, so much metal.
Okay, when you started, do you remember what was your goal in music then?
When we started, we didn't have any goals. We just wanted to have fun. And I remember my first gig, it was in a punk club. It was called Rose and Crown, and I was in my first band, Snakebite. And then we played in front of like 150 punks and maybe 20 metalheads. And then the punks, they just took away our guitars after a couple of songs because they couldn't hear that stuff anymore. And then they destroyed the guitars, And then, they were bored with that. And then they gave us the instruments back, and then we could finish our set. And I just thought, wow, man, I survived that gig. That was my mission in life, to survive, just to survive. And I remember one guy, he was pointing a gun at me the whole time. And he was totally drunk, and nobody, took the gun away. Everybody was afraid. And then suddenly the guy passed out because he had so much to drink. Yeah, and then the fans, they gave me the gun. He said, "Hey, Doro, it was loaded the whole time." And I thought, "Oh, really? Okay." So it was just like, I just had a goal to do what I love and to make people feel good, to make people happy, and and metal, I think it's a whole lifestyle. It's not only the music, it's the whole thing. I still love long hair. It's not necessary. I think metal definitely is in the heart, but yeah, I like the whole thing. I love being free, being true to yourself, no matter what anybody says. Just, do what you feel is right, and go for what you love.
Do you still have any goals in music that you would like to achieve?
Yeah, actually, every record is a new challenge, and I always try to make each record better, and and every record you have the goal, this is the best one, and I want to do more collaborations. I always love that. On this Raise Your Fist album, we did one song with Lemmy, which I love. I'm a big Motorhead and Lemmy fan, and it was so great to sing, the song It Still Hurts with Lemmy. And I think, working with great people, that's each time a highlight for every record. And we had a great guitar player, Gus G. He played on Last Man Standing. He played solos, and working with great people and doing many great, gigs, festivals. We play Sweden Rock this year, so I'm very excited to do that. And we play Wacken, which is a great festival. So and then we're celebrating the 30th anniversary. And we want to do it in a couple of cities, in a couple of special places, and and then maybe do a DVD out of the best stuff, and then and then doing non-stop touring all over the world, and and eventually doing another record. But and I just finished the second part of the movie Anuk, The Path of the Warrior. It's a adventure movie. I did one in 2007, and it's actually now Luke Gasser, he's the director and the guy who did it, and he's a great friend of mine, and we're just working on the music for this movie, and this will come out, I think, in 2014, and maybe the title will be Anuk, I don't know, Anuk 2 or Anuk, The Path of the Warrior 2, or maybe even another title, but just, 2014 is, It's the thing. So yeah, and it was a lot of fun. It was like more demanding on the body than anything else on tour, and we did it in Ireland and in Switzerland, and it was hardcore, and it was usually underwater, so like hours and hours you were laying in the water, and it was friggin' cold, and but it toughens you up to do a good tour, so that's good.
So you have been working with lots of different musicians. Is there still any musician who you would like to work with?
Oh yeah, actually, I actually all my dreams really came true in working with Lemmy and Udo Dirkschneider and Pete Steele and Taya and Turunen, and we did many great things. On the last record, Fear No Evil, there was the full metal female version of the song Celebrate with all the great women in metal, and probably not all of them, but most of them. And I would love to do maybe something with Rob Halford or James Hetfield or Blackie Lawless, Rammstein. I'm a big Rammstein fan. Yeah, there's still some dreams, and I would have loved to do something with Ronnie James Dio. That's unfortunately not possible anymore, but that would have been the ultimate. Yeah.
So you have been playing over 50 countries. Is there still any place you would like to go?
Yeah. Oh, there are tons of places. Yeah, I would love to go to India. I know there's a brand new metal scene, and of course going to all the countries where it's impossible, for a woman. That's like, I mean, in some countries I guess you get shot, but I know there are many metal fans waiting, and I hope that I can eventually tour the whole world, but I know politically in some places it's impossible. Yeah.
So if you take a look at the crystal ball right now, and where would you see that you will be in 5 years? Still kicking ass?
Oh, I hope we would still sit here. I hope I would still, fill this club. I would play I would want to play all the great festivals, and and tour with all the great bands. We just toured with Motorhead like 2 years ago, which was awesome. And did these big cruise ships. We just came off the 70,000 tons of metal cruise, and now we are doing the full metal cruise in Europe, and I think next year the Monsters of Rock cruise. So I love like many different places, maybe playing in a plane or on the moon or something. Yeah, some different stuff. It keeps it exciting. Yeah, and then just like, to me, every day playing in front of the fans, small crowds or big crowds, it doesn't matter. It means the world to me. So, I can play in front of 100 people and be the happiest person when I feel 100 people are, totally, into it. So, I just hope it would continue. I hope, metal is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I think we're in good shape, and at the moment it's great. And then doing many more records and many more songs, which hopefully the fans would think, man, it means something to me, and that you do something what lifts people up, to give out positive energy, positive metal power.
So if you one day decide to retire in the music business, what is the main thing that you would like people to remember you from, as a metal queen or something else?
First of all, I never want to retire. I want to do it till the day I die. And I never want to do a goodbye tour. Just as long as the fans love it, as long as everybody, enjoys it, I want to do it, till the very last day of my life. And then hopefully be remembered as somebody who loved the fans more than anything else in this world. And hopefully that people will remember some songs. And I truly love the fans, and that will be probably, I would love to have it on my grave, on the stone, like Doro, the one who loved the fans, für immer. That's because it's true.
Okay, thanks for having us. And is there anything you want to say as a closure to your Finnish fans?
Yeah. Hey, Finnish fans, I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much for all the support in all these great years. And rock on, stay metal, stay hard, stay healthy. And I hope to see you very soon. And I wish everybody the best and keep metal alive. I love you.